How's it going, car people? It's Lucas here, back with another video. Today I actually have a vehicle startup video for you guys, so a little bit of a different video. I decided to take this opportunity to do one of those videos because today we've got 6 vehicles that I've already filmed in the same place. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a vehicle startup video on those. So as far as what vehicles we've got a 2000 Renault Twingo over there, the 2010 Nissan Pixo, 2012 Citroen Jumpy, 2012 Nissan Note, which I actually just filmed a review of. That's my latest video. And then over there, 2018 Citroen C3 and 2007 Citroen C4 Picasso. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're gonna go in yearly order with these cars. So first we are going to do the Twingo, which is the oldest. It's a 2000 Renault Twingo. Link to the review of this one is in the description. All of them are, because I've reviewed all of these cars. So let's get started. It's got a very nice blue exterior. Let me try not to hit this car. We'll hop in, and it is super hot in here. Yeah, okay. We'll start her up. This one's a 5-speed manual. Lights come on. Nice. Starts right up. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. We'll go ahead and roll down the window and check out the engine. Oh, I forgot to pop the hood. It's over here. I'm used to it being there, but it's over here in the Twingo. All right. It's a 1.15 liter 4-cylinder engine with like 60 horsepower and 69 pound-feet of torque, I think. It'll be in the annotations if I got it wrong. And give you guys a quick view of the back seat. Of course, not the most spacious, but come on, this is just a city car. What can you expect? Here's the trunk. It's got some stuff in it right now, but overall, decent size for a car like this. And again, try not to hit that car next to it. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and shut the door and roll up the window. Go and check out the exterior a little bit. Oh, it's kind of noisy in here. Wonder what that is. All right, here's the display. You probably can't see it. How many kilometers does it have now? 90,000, so pretty much the same as last time. Okay, it's got a single zone manual climate control. There's your radio down below. As I said before, it's a 5-speed manual. Wait, that's 5th. Oh. Okay. Pretty good first car overall. That'll be it for this one. Whoa, I almost hit that car again. Okay, we'll go ahead and shut it off. And we will move on to the next one. Alright, so next up we have this 2007 Citroen C4 Picasso. Did a review of this one too. I mean, I didn't, of all of them. Going to get started on this. Here's the key. If you remember from the review, the key is actually a little bit broken on this. Let me try and get it out. Oh, this key's really hard to get out. There we go, I got it out. And also one other thing, the key remote battery no longer works. Ran out, I guess. So, have to unlock this the classic way. It's a nice car. Go ahead and hop in. And it's really hot in this one too. Move the seat back. 5-speed manual. It's now got 159,000 kilometers on it, so about 1,000 more than when I reviewed it. Go ahead and start it up. Radio off. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out the engine on this one too. .6 liter turbo diesel inline 4-cylinder, 110 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. It's a pretty good engine. Oh, hood's not all the way closed. There we go. For those of you who don't know this, if you don't know the Grand C4 Picasso, which is like the 7-seat version of this, my family's actually had 2 of those, so I'm kind of familiar with these vehicles. Here's the back seat. It's a little bit small for an MPV, at least in my opinion, but you know, still works. And here's the trunk. Pretty spacious overall. Okay. We'll go ahead and hop back in the car. Of course, turn everything off. Radio is of course still on. Yeah, here's your radio controls, everything. It's a 5-speed manual. Reverse. Not bad. Here's your center dash mounted gauge cluster, which is something I've always found really cool about these cars. Storage compartments. Not a bad MPV. Go and move on to the next car. Alright, so up next is the Pixo. It's a 2010 Nissan Pixo. This one's a base model, manual windows, locks, mirrors, everything like that. Not even keyless entry, as you can see. So, unlock it the classic way. It's got a black exterior and a black cloth interior. And by the way, I failed to mention, but this C4 Picasso has the blue exterior with the black cloth interior, which you definitely already saw. Okay, back to the Pixo. It's got a 5-speed manual in it. Start it up. 89,000 kilometers. Starts up a little bit slow in my opinion. I don't know how full the battery is or not, but who knows. Okay. Go ahead and check out the engine on this one too, and roll down the window. It's a tiny 1-liter 3-cylinder with like 66 horsepower. Correct power specs are in the annotations if I got it wrong. This is actually the only engine option in the Pixo. So it's not the most powerful thing in the world, but you know, it's okay. Here's the back seat. Pretty small, but what can you expect? This is a city car. And we're gonna check out the trunk after we shut it down because believe it or not, the key is actually needed to open up the trunk on this car, which is kind of awkward. Go ahead and roll the window back up. Yeah, you can see right here, standard radio, single zone manual climate control, stuff like that. 5-speed manual. Reverse. Not a bad little car. Looks like it needs some gas very soon. Alright, that's pretty much it for the Pixo. I'm gonna stop this now because it's gonna leave now. So, move on to the next car. And actually beforehand, check out the trunk. Okay, let's move on to the next car. Alright, so Pixo is now gone. It actually left right after I filmed that clip, so perfectly on time for it to leave. That's why I hurried up. Anyways, next up we have the 2012 Citroen Jumpy, my host family's other vehicle, the one that gets used more often. Here's the key. Wasn't releasing there. It's got power folding mirrors connected to the car's locking system, and it's just making that noise. I don't know what that is. Something. Find out at some point. 6-speed manual. It's got a gray exterior with a beige cloth interior. 171,000 kilometers. Go ahead and start it up. Yeah, the sun is shining on the gauge cluster. Alright, here we go. Wait, let's focus the camera. Starts right up every single time. Pretty good. Alright. Oh, I'm used to the hood release being there, but in this car it's actually right here. You know, fun fact, when I was preparing to review this thing back in January, I actually had to Google a video on where the hood release was because I just couldn't find it because I'm used to it being there. or maybe over there on like a British built car. But no, it's right over here in this car. Roll down the window. It's a very slow window as well, I just noticed. Yeah, it makes that noise every time you shut the door. But let's go ahead and check out the engine. This is a heavy hood. Okay, there we go. It's a 2-liter turbo diesel 4-cylinder with 120 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. Good engine. Hasn't had any issues lately. Go ahead and check out the back seat. Sliding doors, obviously. Does seat 8 people. And we'll go ahead and check out the trunk. It's got a large hatch. I'd say trunk space behind the third row of seats in this car is about the same as the trunk space behind the back seat of the Pixo. Now, for this vehicle, if you want to expand the cargo space, you'd have to remove the seats, but luckily it's pretty straightforward. I know how it's done, even though I've never done it myself, but I know how it goes. Really need to slam this trunk to close it. Alright, let's get back in the car. Roll the window up. Yeah, it is a very slow window. Of course, cut off all the lights. Alright, so this one has a infotainment screen with nav and radio controls and everything. You have dual zone auto climate control. This one has a 6-speed manual transmission, which you probably already saw. Does have rear parking sensors. And the parking brake, as you probably saw before, is actually to the left of the driver's seat. So that's kind of interesting, it's just like an Aston Martin. It's a very large vehicle. And also, just to compare, so you can see the Jumpy has 171,000 kilometers on it right now. And when I got here, almost 4 months ago, I got here January 5th, today is May 1st. And when I arrived, the Jumpy had 160,000 kilometers on it. And when I arrived, the Pixo had 86,000 kilometers on it. And obviously now it has 89,000 kilometers. So in almost 4 months, the Pixo has had 3,000 kilometers put on it, while this has had 11,000 kilometers put on it in the time that I've been here. So that should kind of give you an idea of how much more this gets used than the Pixo. All right, that's gonna be it for this car. Let's go ahead and shut it off. And we'll move on to the Note. All right, so next up is the Note. It's a 2012 Nissan Note. So the Jumpy and the Note actually are both 2012 vehicles, but for those I just went in alphabetical order because we're going in yearly order. This is the vehicle that I have most recently filmed. Review of that is already up. Link is in the description if you haven't seen it yet, as are the reviews to all the other vehicles. Go ahead and start this one up. Get inside. This one's a 5-speed manual. Starts right up. Oil is good. Just wait for it to toss the odometer. Come on. Come on. There we go. 83,000 kilometers. Same mileage as when I reviewed it, but I mean, I just filmed this today, so that shouldn't be a surprise. Go ahead and cut on the lights and the hazards. Roll down the window, and we'll pop the hood. Makes a very loud pop. Okay, I believe this is a 1.6 liter engine. At the time this is being filmed, I have not actually looked into what engine this has. Because usually, if you don't know, I do voiceovers for all the engine parts. Because usually, with these vehicles, it's usually after where I check to see what engine it has. That's why I don't know beforehand exactly. Oh, of course, the rear doors aren't unlocked. Go ahead and unlock all of those. There we go. Should be good now. There we go. Has a lot of back seat room actually for a smaller car. Here's the trunk. Speaking of backseat room, if you guys don't know my grandfather, he actually has a 2016 Note. Got a video of that on my channel too. And it actually also has a nice amount of backseat room. So if you haven't seen that video, I guess I will link that in the description too. So then you can kind of get an idea of how different that generation Note, my grandfather's, is to this one. And actually, my grandmother used to have a Note from this generation. I think it was a 2009, but it's been sold a long time ago, so there's no videos of it on the channel. Climate control, single zone, automatic. Why won't the camera focus? Come on, camera, focus, there we go. Here's your infotainment screen. It does have nav. And as I said before, 5-speed manual. Reverse, does have rear parking sensors. Alright, that's pretty much it for the Note. Go ahead and move on to our last vehicle that we've got, which is the C3. Last but not least, we have this 2018 Citroen C3, which is a pretty nice little compact car. Let me fish the keys out of my pocket. My pocket, by the way, has been cluttered full with keys, and here's the C3 key. Can't believe I found it so quickly. This one also has power folding mirrors, connected to the car's locking system just like the Jumpy does. So we'll hop in, and the seat's a little bit too far forward for my comfort. Where is that slide? There it is. That's better. Smells decent in here. This one's a 6-speed manual. There we go. Couldn't get it in neutral for a second there. Here we go. It's got 85,000 kilometers on it. When I reviewed it, it had 6,200 kilometers on it. Gauge sweep. Very nice startup. Sounds very good, in my opinion. Go ahead and cut on the headlights and the hazards. Check out the engine. .6-liter turbo diesel inline 4-cylinder. I believe it's got like 115 horsepower. It's got a little more power than the C4 Picasso right in front of it. Correct power specs in the annotations because I can't exactly remember. It's the back seat. And the trunk. Not bad. Let's hop back in. Close the door and roll the window back up. All right, let's get the camera to focus. This thing always goes out of focus. Anyways, here's your infotainment system. It's got nav and everything. You can control your climate controls from this system. There's no buttons, unfortunately. Hands-free phone, stuff like that. Front and rear defrost are actually the only parts of the climate control system that are in buttons. 6-speed manual, as I said. Here's reverse. It's got rear parking sensors, no backup camera though. Pretty nice little car. Good first car. All right, that's gonna be it for the C3. Shut it down. What a cool little car. Well everyone, hope you enjoyed this vehicle startup video. If you did, please leave a like or a comment. Subscribe today if you haven't. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.